podcast.
Yo, big conversations with big men.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Welcome. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah,
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Thanks for honoring our invitation.
Yeah, man.
We call it, ordinary people, but that is in quotes to not scare away people who are listening.
No, we are all ordinary people.
In a way, I agree.
Yeah, we're all ordinary people. Hello, ordinary person. Bye.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
What you do is music. Yeah.
Yeah.
What you're trained to do.
What I do is art.
What you do is art. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So do you do any art beyond music, or do you consider all your music art?
I consider everything in life art.
Also.
Yeah, like even when you wake up in the morning and you wear that slipper or sandal, like you could have worn something else. But it's art because it looks good on your feet. And art makes you look good or feel good. So my perception of life is everything can be interpreted like art.
As art.
Yes, as art.
I see. Oh, that's a very interesting perspective.
Yeah.
I will talk about it. And does this perspective influence your life from being the educated lawyer? And I know
Yeah.
that I introduced you as the educated lawyer, but most people who know you know that
Yeah.
you went to school, you went to university and got a degree in law,
Yeah.
and then you decided to come back and do music
Do
and
music.
do art. Instead, is this because you feel like you need to live your life like an artist and express yourself in everything as art?
Music to me is like a getaway. Music is the way I get my therapy. Music is the way I release my thoughts. Music is the way I relate with the world. So when I see something that is affecting someone else or something that could affect me, and I put it in melodical terms, that's my therapy. So being in law school and being a lawyer, and that is the professionalism. That is what we are taught as Africans. Like you have to go through school, you have to do this, you have to do this. But now you reach a point in life whereby whatever you're taught, because I'm sure, I don't know if you studied to do this,
True.
but you're doing it right now.
that is
So what I'm saying is you reach a point whereby you just gather your thoughts and your skills and your knowledge, everything you've learned throughout life, and you apply them in a setting that favors you and the next best person.
I see.
Yeah, so that's how we're running with it. So the law is supposed to enlighten us, teach you that this is that, this is it. Even if you do economics, even if you do mathematics, it's the same concept. You have to kubangula obwongo. This brain has to wake up. Once it wakes up, then you have to apply that knowledge you seek from a classroom to the real life, to the streets. Yeah, so that's why you have Santana doing music, and he can do farming, and he can do this, and that's why you have Ken doing this, but he can also do videography, he can also do film cinematography. So it's about diversity, really.
Yeah, and so for me this makes sense, but I'm imagining, in my case, for example, if I was going to go to school to study law, and then end up doing art or doing videography or doing whatever, my parents would have a problem with that, and I'm wondering how you manage to balance the relationship you have with your family or people you sort of, the elders, people you consider to be your elders, if there's any conflict between what you choose to do and what they think you should have done with your life.
Basically, rules are there to be broken or changed or twisted. In law, we have something called precedent. You understand? But in life, sometimes you discover as life goes. People like, have you ever pictured yourself? Have you ever pictured Messi as an engineer? You understand?
Okay.
There are people who are born, put on this earth, like the late Mose told me. In life, there are two important days: the day you're born and the day you discover why you are born. So what's your purpose on this earth? Why were you born? People like Messi were born to play football. Whether you put him in what setting, whether you want him to do video games, that is what he was put on this earth to do. You understand? So Africans, we have a problem, and it's stereotypes. It's like we're in a setting, jitwetekamu atenge yasoka chavira ddala mu bazungu era. Omwana alina okumanya eddiini, wamanya eddiini alina ogenda asome, wamala okusoma awase, wamala okuwasa afutandike family, wamala ebyo afe. Kati n'abaana batandikira awo. You understand? That's the stereotypical way of thinking. Naye ate tebakimanyi mbu omwana asobola okukula n'atuuka awo myaka 14 nga temumutegeera naye nga mu butamutegeera bamwe kitegeeza mutategeera abantu nga bano boolaba Dr. Ben Carson. Dr. Ben Carson y'omu ku baasooka okukola surgery eyajja those twins yaba separating those twins.
Yes.
But Dr. Ben Carson, when he was in school, they used to say he was stupid. Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein naye yalwawo okwogera, you understand? So gw'oluusi ekyotategeera tosobola kitegeera until nga time yakyo okutuuka okukitegeera etuuse. Kyobola wano Baganda bagamba n'omumpi wakoma wakata kati ffe twagala ate awo wetulina okukoma ate twongerewo mujjewo endowooza eyo muno omwana alina kukola kino akole kino. You understand? For abamu we made our brains vehicles of ideologies. Me, when I started doing music, my mama told me, you're going to do music. Ani gomanyi mu kikacho ayimba. Then I told her, nza agenda osooka. You understand? Because sigenda kulinda mbo wabeyo asooka. Mbo waliyo wenvuma clan ali ayimba nnyo nange ntandike. Mayanja Yosefu wali atandika okuyimba. Bali bameka ba mayanja abayimba. So sometimes you have to just set precedents abagoberere balabire oko bayigire oko because normal people do normal things. Extraordinary people do a little extraordinary things.
I see.
Yeah, man.
I see. Yeah, so at what point in life at what point in life for Salawonti Santana I'm going to do school because obviously I can afford school first of all, but I also want maybe to create a safeguard. But what I want to do in my life is music or is art. You know, oli kusomero primary school, oli mu university, oli mu Kibala, where at what point in your life do you decide that this is going to be your direction?
When I was in primary school, I used to listen to music. Omanyi tubanendowooza ekito naffe ng'abaana bakula. So when I was intrigued by music. Every time I used to hear a song on radio, nalindowooza Lucky Dube. When I realized people record it and it plays over time, and it's the same song. Like Taina Tagenza na Alwongeramu na Chusa, but it's the same song, but you play it today, tomorrow, the other day. That messed with me a bit. So I'm a lucky person. I would say I'm a lucky person because when I was in school, I wasn't so dull a student. Kati okusoma to me was easy. Kati okusoma okola bino ABCD kola math kola bino biche byo byali byangu. Kati nali nina okufuna yate ebitali byangu because I sagala nnyo kiringa kuyingira law school. Everyone was telling me law is the hardest course. What? But to me it wasn't. It was the simplest thing. Actually I had other things to do while I was at law school. You understand? So basically nze wenafuna love ya music natandika nawulira akayimba nga bakaita Mysterious Girl nga ndaba oli ayimba ate oli akuba vocal biki nentandika developing the interest. And then when I was in primary I escaped from school. Nali na Milyango Junior nentolokako awo nga balese mu P4 nga balese abayimbi awo mu Milyango College. Kati that's the first time I saw Shanks, Vivi and Chameleon. Kati Chameleon yali backup wa Shanks. Nekati nganze ndaba abavubuka bazze kubaraga. You understand that kind of feeling and setting. So basically I picked the interest. Kati by primary 6 nali ntandise owandika. I used to write music. Nze throughout school I was that kid nga ine kitabo nga kyonna kijjudde music. You understand?
I remember we had some similar kids.
Yeah. So I used to write. When I reached university, I wanted to sell the music. I didn't want to do music. You wouldn't have a Santana right now. I wanted to be a songwriter, just that. Because I figured being a lawyer, career tezija kuatagana. So I tried to sell my first song to Bebe Cool. Then I tried to sell Naina Alex Mwanyinga Gweman Gayabandaga onakola kino. Nenga sente zebagala ogula oluyimba tenze bawanga abatambala muki magezi. So nengamba yenfa kirwa kisibye kolera. So that's how I developed the interest, but it started from writing. and then school MCing, nobeera ng'oli ku stage gwe host w'emikolo gwe interact president gwe entertainment minister kugamba nga kakulondoola naye nga tomanyi oba kaliba kwolwo.
Olina ky'ogambye ku ki? School wasn't that hard for you, and so you turn to music as a point to find some sort of challenge. Golowooza oba also kuba waliyo ne wogamba nti you had the passion all the way as a kid. So oyagala gezaako building a passion wano, or are you looking for like a challenge? Are you looking to sort of break some ceilings?
Life is about challenges. If you're doing something and you're not challenged enough, kireke kibanga okuvuga wanuwe nga gwe teri motoka endala ekuvaako eringe teriizi kuyisa teri gogenda bugenzi manya olaika ogenda mu kkubo kyamu. So for me when nyingira ebitabo nze to me tebyali challenge because Katonda yatuyamba twalinamu ku magezi. So kati nga ndi musomo nenga nina okukola ebirala. I feel like I'm underutilized. You understand? Even with the music today, the reason I'm starting brands like Koikoi is because my brain is too much for music. I cannot just do music and that's it. I can inspire other careers like through poetry, through art. Abantu abasizi b'ebifaananyi nga Jajja Lucha asize no 100 acres ne buli kimu kyolaba wano. I can inspire such people to also get the platform whereby they can also become great at other things. Tuina kwepushinga. Like I have to push myself beyond that timid point in Buwano when ndi comfortable. Era obanga n'omukazi nga naye ali awo nga naye ali very comfortable. Nga temulina sente ziri awo. N'ennyumba gye muli you struggle to maintain it. Naye nga ye ali comfortable. Oyo manya naye takuyamba. So basically music was me getting out of my comfort zone.
I see.
Yeah. And nenchikola ate n'abantu ne bakyagala because when namukola awo ne bampa bwawadi ne mbeera awo ne banyongera ninga kitegeeza abantu babinyumirwa byenkola ki. So I just kept on pursuing. So sometimes you're good at something but you can actually even be better at it, or even other. You have to expand your mind. You cannot only think in the direction they want you to think in.
Kati, so Koikoi, what is this now? Because I understand your music pretty well, and I think you've been on the music scene for a long time.
Yeah.
But this Koikoi perspective, chichogeza kukola wa?
Kati kankuweyo kyengezaako kukola. Koikoi, wengamba Koikoi ngogamba ki? Dia.
Yeah.
Koikoi.
Dia.
Koikoi.
Dia.
Onachiria oliachiria. Onanachiria. Listen. What do you do when your phone keeps buzzing because your rent is up? And your internet bundles keep acting up? Gonyaziriachi, the questions keep piling up. She says she was on appeal, but she keeps throwing up. Are you going to quit or are you going to keep acting up? Because in life, it ain't over till the time is up. Because problems will come at you like a thief in the night. Ask yourself, are you going to run or are you going to stick in the fight? Huh? Abaganda balugera muziki soka nezitakuva mabega. Naye kati mikono gyaffe gimu gyafuka mbega. Yasuzeewa etoka kyabega. Kyobula abamu tubateeka mu kasengejja. Ozifuna ababeerawo bakuyita nakabejja. Kabakuwane nga abakuguka mu kuwembejja. Neyo sente z'ospendinga mu z'openable oluusi kaba kalango ka misinde erinnya we liggwa. Balya mmere tobeesiga bakyusa n'ennamba. Gwe wawola omutwala akulaba ng'ennumba. Kikugasa kyo kuba ne bafolowa kanaana nga ofuna ekizibu teryakuwola kanaana. You understand? Spoken word poetry, but also relating it to our normal day. Our normal days events. So Koikoi twogera n'abalanyi, twogera n'abapoets. Abantu agamba kwiso bando mumaze nedda. Bino ebintu abikolanga zino engero twali tuzinyumyanga with our judges on nga tutula ku kyoto. Kyaliwo naye kati kyaliwo kati abaana basiiba ku intaneti basiiba ku TV zaabwe balaba jimu jaamu tebakyazanya giri emizannyo gyaffe. So kati Koikoi is supposed to take you down memory lane. Oleme kwerabira nnonozo, oleme kwerabira lulyo ziri engero. Era ne show ogenda giraba egenda kubanga yanjawulo because erina subtitles. N'omuntu ali India asobola otegeera kikyogezaako okukola. So it's a platform for poets, for poetry, art and music basically. It's a platform for everyone if you can paint. It's a platform if you can obolina oli mu abalanyi babayita baki ba poet abatontomi. If you're mutontomi, it's a platform because we want to start a new culture that has not been there. Like comedy was not in Uganda 7 years ago. It was not a thing. But now we have Salvador, we have Alex Mwanji, they're doing all these things because it has to start from somewhere. So that's what Koikoi is about.
So first, so like break this down for me a bit. Ugambia Koikoi, movement yoliko. Ne wali yo Koikoi ne TV series. Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. First, explain that as well.
Okay. Koikoi is basically a series, a TV, a television series, or a web series. Because to get turn it web, then to supplying it to some of your televisions. It's a 30-minute segment. Ngerimu okulanya engero, erimu okusiga ebifaananyi. You understand? Every after some time, tugenda kula yo festival ya Koikoi. Nga olaba roast and rhyme, nga olaba blankets and wine, nga fe tugenda ku byaffe ebya poetry, bani, ba beatboxer, ba speaker, ba you understand? I think I featuring big artists, big name artists, nga ba Sakodi, nga bani. It's something that we want to make a culture. It's something we want to embed in Ugandan culture because Koikoi chaffe cha bujajja. Simbu twachijja bunaira. No.
Okay, so basically and again our movement ngana multi channel waliyo TV
waliyo events, there's everything. Bringing pop to culture basically.
Oh, nice. Yeah, basically popularizing culture.
Togala mujjukire ebyo byonna byemwerabira.
Yeah, basically. So kati tugenda twisting amuko, we talk about some of the thing about music and art basically actually slightly controversial, you know. The money issue, right?
Yeah.
How much does this pay? You know, like music, how much does this pay? And you know, who is making the most money out of it? From what I've heard, some of the friends I have, other friends I have who are in music and other arts, film and whatnot. Most people say it's the businessmen behind the music, right? People who are doing promotions, the kind of business that supports the industry. Those people make a lot more money than the actual content creators, whether artists or singers.
I would explain it like this. Woba otandika ekintu kyonna ng'otandika okikola okitandisa love okiteekamu love ne passion ebirala bikusangayo. You understand? So music woba omuyingiddemu nga gw'otandikiddemu giya ya sente of how it's going to work out, oyinza omufunamu obuzibu oba ayinza okuzibuwaliramu. Music starts with passion. Nogamba mubannaye okay kino kiriwo bansasudde tebansasudde naye ngenda yimba because I love to sing. You understand? Kati ekyo wokimanya mu passion ye driving buli kimu. No organizing a house yo gwe ng'omuyimbi n'omanya mbu ku tiimu yange nina bano abakola PR, ninono akola promotion, ninono management, ninono nobanga buli kasawo ekibonyabonya abayimbi n'abantu bonna mu nfuna yonna ey'eggwanga is money. Cause sente abantu bekyusa buli omu akola byagala naye oba ne structure ng'eri laid out. Mbu Santana buli wagenda okuperforminga taperforminga ayina packages 3. Ayimbira platinum package, ayimba gold package, ayimba ne silver. Omuntu afford booking Santana amanya chicha bookings, because if you booking Santana with the platinum package you expect a live band, a full live band, the whole event basically ever around Santana. If you want this gold over silver, beba nombu njagala nje ku mukolo wange nyimbire nyimba 3. Then waliwo bana abagala nze njagala kutwala jubo nkubire. You understand? Nenga tayagala ogende na live band. So once you structure out your payment plan like that, it's easier when the money comes to know what earns and what earns. Of course, by structuring your plan, mwe mubeera ne baani abarunning social media, mwe mubeera baani abarunning accounts zo zino zitambuza music nga olaba Spotify kati yaze mu Uganda nga olaba Apple ngani. As long as you have an account and an organized team, money will eventually come. My brother Apas made close to 200 million from Queen of Katwe. 200 million. Teayimba tebamukola chibo. They just used his songs. Atenga bulirimba balukwesako second nga video basatu. No kola close to 230 million because he is organized. The structure is there. Never jakuwa million bisatu. nga tewali structure kati awo promoter wagira nono wagira ekitegeera alina ekirala kyenyagala mumanye abantu aba investing in talent abasinga tebasoma balina eno mentality y'ekisuubuzi owa bano abavubi balina eyo mentality mbwa so okukwata obukadde wange 3 ne mbusiga mu music ne mmanya mbu omwaka ogumu Santana agenda kukolerayo video 4 video 4 nga kwe kuli ne promo kwe kuli ne ki n'omanya mbu ekyo mba nkikoze video 4 ngenda kufunayo n'endala eza collab zatajja na kushootinga kati omuntu oyo alina mentality ey'ekisuubuzi sente azisaawo ne promo azisaawo koza amanyi mbu Santana afuna gig buli weekend miliyoni za 3 ziyinza okuvaayo mu myezi gyenge 3 woba n'omuyimbi ng'akuba embaga oyinza okumala just in 1 month nga wafunye sente zo ate oba otaddeko ne concert at the end of the year. Basically the money is there. How do you proportion yourself as a person? Then how do you also, because you're going to deal with companies want to deal with companies. MTN tegenda kolagana na Alex Muhanji. MTN egenda kolagana na Comedy Store.
I see.
You understand? So if you have 100 acres entertainment, ngamu under 100 acres entertainment, mulimu Koikoi as a product, mulimu Camp David as a product. Ngenda kola other TV shows. I'm trying to do wembabuli ekikulu mutemwaga alowooza abamu. So wembabuli ideas zange mujazibba mubeera awo ate muzonoone. Singa n'ozibba n'ozikola ekyakabi, that's dope. N'abamu boonoona. So basically, package yourself, organize the brand you have, understand that music is a business.
Yeah.
Kaso tegera mbu this is a business. Si bino favors za chaliyo mbu chaliyo ajango nyimbireko jango tujja kuwa mafuta okujanga shegenda kuba ku petrol station. Nenga chegeza ogamba organize yourself better ne structure. Topiking abuli akubira olina abantu who can talk to them. But no kumanya mbu that's the structure. The money eventually will come.
No, that makes sense. Ali kati put that like business school 101 music at some point or what it's passion and love, you have to see it as a product.
It's a product you're selling to
you have
people.
To sell to
and if you know that it's a product, you know kuyonja omulimu. Gwe ng'omuyimbi because chicho otunda music. One time babuzaako Jeff Chiwa. Mumwana ba radio nga bafulumya ennyimba nyingi bagenda kutta music y'omukadde. Jeff yabaddamu omulimu gwa radio nwizo omulimu ki kuyimba kati bakoze eki bayimbye kati gwobuzibu ki bwolina tebayimbye olina kyobabanja. So basically as long as you know the product you're selling is music, gulonje kola ka video nga nawo kasamu okole neki oka promoting abantu bajja kategera, people will pay you. You won't even know how the money will come. You just get the money. Endorsements will fall in. Eventually the money comes.
Echirala, and you talked about Apple Music. So echirala katingaze chena kwa isa Apple Music waka. And because it's, I think right now currently the cheapest option in Uganda. Na yenga wendaba katinga chat says kwa kati goli chali wangi. So I can ngenda nenonya Santana wali. Nemegashwa ndibulika fuluma nkafuna. Na ye gayo mupia, new people. Tebatera kuja kuchat. Bogenda, if you see Ugandan chats, most listen to music in Uganda on Apple Music. It's a few very famous Ugandan songs and then
Nigerian song.
Like what do we all about any approach we can take to consolidate our market at least? Netumanyanti Ugandan market is for at least majorly Ugandan music.
No, music is a universal language. So sola na chibala wechityo mu Ugandan market bichi because nafe music we tuyimba tetuyimbira only Uganda tuyimbira abantu abalala. But people are taught and people adjust. Gobadde okimanyi bisobola okubeera mu quarantine omwaka mulamba. Naye tetubaddeyo. Human beings adjust and adapt. Africans don't have the buying culture of music online. Ne percentage abalina amasimu agalina smartphone batono. N'abagalina bangi abazadde bafa batamanyi gakozesa. Bo bakulira mulembe gwa kasiwukira mbuno Kafera afulumiza album, Chameleon afulumiza album, kasiwukira agiguze, distribute tape mu Uganda yonna, ogenda ku nearest center n'ofuna tape. Naye kati ebintu byakyukamu in that ne ku simu yo osobola okufuna album enamba kati nga Santana yakafulumya album bagita Did It For Africa nyimba 22 you can go to any store nga ogenda ku YouTube na ogenda ku YouTube Music nga ogenda ku Apple, Amazon, Deezer, the music is there. Kati abantu tulina busomesa kumanya kuyiga muno bannange owagira otya Santana koze gojja kubeerera ng'owagira raga wange naye nga tompagira. You say I support the artist but sente zo tezituuka ewange sizirabako au batanywa ku mata. You understand? Naye ng'ekyantu ekyandibadde ekyangu in that wabaawo structure budde ku mulamu
tuli kugundi distribution ebyo badoyogerako abantu bayigiriza otyo kola
abantu bayino you just have to teach it because there is no two way around it.
I see.
Kyolina okumanya advantage ya people like Nigerians. First of all, they have a very big population. Nigeria has times over how many Ugandan.
True.
They have over 200 million people. And Nigeria is a very big country and all of them are all over the world. So exposure yebayamba ate bawagira ekyabwe kati gwe omufiriko ojja kubeera nga wagira Santana naye nga tompagira nga sizifuna naye ng'osobola ogendawo no streaming album ye n'olaba kino kola kinendaba nengi so abantu ndowooza tulina kibasaamu aye nabo tobanenya nnyo kozi nabo babiyiga buyizi kozi nabo bayimbi okuwanika music nabo babiyiga buyizi. It's like a dynamic thing naye kati abandi tuyambye naddala bano ba UPRS the people the decision makers mwa abalina otugondeza mbino ebintu by the time ogenda soloza sente mu bantu abantu olina obasensitizing ne okujja music mu channels entuufu koze era bagenda kuddewa Edisoft era bagenda kuddeyo bazisale baddeeyo at the end of the day tetuyamba industry government efiira omusolo at the end of the day no one benefits.
I see. Kubanga actually that's a very good point. Ku Twitter this week wabaddewo conversation DJ bamwita Ericom lyerinyali. So yabadde bamwataking anti afuna music kati ng'owo n'amuteeka mix n'agifulumyanga ku YouTube oba okitegeera so kati abantu bagenda ne ba subscribing ewa Ericom n'afuna sente ez'obulango naye nga gwe guy gwakozeseza music content wo compilinga mix ye kale DJ nabo balina value gye ba adding obviously kola mix ya naye ng'okuba nti gwe tolina gyogenda mujjako majja ne just ne general pirates okuba nti wakyaliyo ba Edisoft bogambye ekyo kintu mukikwasaganya mu kyokumega sure nti
piracy is a disease not only in Africa
true.
but everywhere. Ekikyawulamu in that the structure eri mu Europe is that it's punishable and it's an offense. Omuntu naye kati juzi nawadde nsoma Nollywood alone they made how many losses in piracy. They made a lot of losses because of piracy. Nollywood bebazanya films in Nigeria. Then aba South Africa now are reporting a lot of cases of piracy. Chiva kuchi. Music is such a big subject. Not only music, creative arts. Nga olaba omusizi w'ekifaananyi nga olaba omutunzi w'ekyalaani nga olaba ekintu kyonna ekirimu creative art okukola movie okukola film okukola editing everything like this. Kyetaaga protection. How does it start? It starts from the policymakers. Policymakers, how do we engage you? Obadde Bobi Wine, oli Dr. Hilderman, kale oli mugundi. Music and creative arts industry, eri under gender, labor and social development. We don't even have an allocation for the entertainment industry alone. And yet the entertainment industry contributes to the tourism industry. Bakiprotiki tebaliyo mbulwakuba mbu bakabinyi bakiprotiki okuwanika emiddala ono guy ono yakawangula Kiptege yakadefendinga title ye mu Monaco Uganda yonna eri naye lwaki yasomaki talent ba Wizkid tubamanyi gwomanyi ba minister bameka mu Nigeria tumanyi pato ranking okitegeera Chingeza ogamba, these musicians actually promote our tourism industry, the national pride. Then njagala omanyi tu employing abantu bangi Santana abane DJ, abane producer, abane videographer, agenda shooting, aina makeup artist, aina agenda omusiga ekifaananyi, aina agenda omwambaza, aina buli omu ali yakwoyo. Kati go shooting industry for a full year, atenga ne tourism nayo gishatinze for a full year. I think a government makes a lot of money and they can actually make a lot more. So first steps first. Gula ministry, inga ya music, inga ya entertainments and crafts and creatives. Let it have a full ministry because there you know who to blame for what. Ne wano tuli awo twekwasa UPRS ogenda minister wa gender law social development nga naye ali agamba naye ndi mu nsonga z'abakadde wenaddira mu bayimbi obwongo obwo kyobola ne TV ezimu za evolvinga kati abaana bakolayo baana bato kubanga ebintu bikyuka si bibiri ebyokubeera ne TV nga etandika saa 11 nga programa y'omu watabaawo tewali TV. Ebintu bikyuka, so you have to be dynamic in that creating a creative arts industry ngerina gundi yayo ministry yayo kituyamba. That is how we start to account for it. You understand? And then also maya wantu bano bazaala wanye ebintu bino ate nga fa abakuza abaana bamu njagala nnyo mumanye mmwe gye mubeereeyo yonna mu ofiisi zammwe ne mukeera ne mukola abaana bammwe bakeera kuwulira Shiba Santana ani fa ababakuziza abaana bammwe so tusobola okuyimba pupu yekka abaana bammwe ne bakula nga bakulidde mu nsi ya pupu. We do more than enough. We do therapy. Just imagine mu period ya quarantine eno yonna tewabaddeewo music. Obagenda kale mu bbaala yonna kale onywe bbiyawo nga temuli music. Waliwo ebintu bingi nnyo music just byakola gwe bintu byatasobola ku explaining. So si music yeka, the filming industry, the crafts dani koza abaana mbalaye bagezaako Swangs have neyingidde movies dani naye kati how do you make the money? So we have to start from there. Mwe ba policy maker mwe abafaayo mu mulowooza mu mufaayo yesaawa mufeeyo mukole ekyo muve ku ebyo
ekirala. People were saying mugundi when this thing started, the COVID lockdown started, abantu bali bagamba nti ba musicians abantu abalaba ina amaloboozi bali kwekubira omulanga bonga bonti kati gwenga ku Santana oli kugamba nti omanyi government nge badde subsidizingzeeko netuwayo koka netubeerabeerawo kuba business fudde nti naye muli kwerabira nti lockdown erikwata buli omuntu ate kati muli bulungiko oba kitegeera nti era kati tugambe Santana wobeera ng'otuuse ku national stage olina kasente oba okitegeera nti neri abantu ate nga yali bubi nnyo which is like say 50% olaba
bantu nga ki
wano mu Uganda 50% of the population balivinga gundi UN na poverty gundi bili waliwo an extreme poverty about $2 per day ne wabawo endala namba njerabidde nendoze eringa $15
kati gomanyo otya wanze ni wa $2
nenda se olojja kumfere ngatte eyo kayo kajo yambadde ye kujjamu eyo liigi bobanga ojambadde leero okitegeera ne kati anyway gundi conversation ebaddawo nti people who have voices they want to be subsidized while ignoring the actual common Ugandan, the average Ugandan who's actually poor. Okitegeera.
Okay, njagala ombuulire kino ekintu osobola okuba ne mukazi w'omyaka ena nga tokola n'abeerawo kati fe music mwaka gumu tetukola industry already ojimanya eri messed up. Simbu tugenda funa subsidies ziveri, royalties ziveri. We are not making money. Aka avenue akatono ketsobola okujjamu sente nako tekakyakola. Yes, tutegeera mbu waliwo World Health Organization programs mbono waliwo corona, which is understandable. Naye kati gwe ngambye nfe ku balala. Ekisooka nze nsooka kwefaako nze ng'omuyimbi because sinayimba mwaka mulamba. No one is putting food on my plate. I have to pay bills. I have a kid like you. I'm not working. Naturally, government has opened up other sectors. Even churches are working. Churches are working. This is working. This is working. Musician, wait for you. Later. Yo muntu omulala gogezaako kukola ki? Gogezaako Chinyagalo omanye teri ali awo mbu ali bulungi teri alina ku sente ze yakola fe Uganda structure yaffe tukola mmere ya leero teri ali awo muno yakola dda ziri awo zimulinze zekukumye ziri awo. We all work era ffe singa si bwongo singa naffe tetukyaliwo ng'abantu naye you just have to work n'omanya mbu leero kiganye nkya kijja kukola leero kinsasudde nkya kijja kukola leero kankyongeremu obukodyo. That is how we survive. Naye mbu tetuli awo mbu tulina sente ziri awo. Banks should now be using kati nga olaba muno other people can even get loans for their businesses because nina ekibajjo kyange nsobola okuteekayo ekibajjo kyange ne bampa sente naye kati musician kyasobola okuteekayo album nga royalty nogamba mu kyekino ekyapa kyange ntaddeyo did it for Africa mumpeeyo obukadde 1,000 bank ye security yange album yange. You understand? So basically we've been affected in very many ways. Ate gwe kyembadde nkugamba omuyimbi akolesa abantu bangi nnyo. So if you affect the bars are not working, meaning the waitress is not working, the DJ is not working, the bouncer abeerawo takola, kati woba ne beer sales zikendeera, wovaawo ab'ebivulu owa stage takola, owa lighting takola, owa advert takola, kati omuyimbi promoter takyakola, agenda okutwala ku bivulu eno yonna takyakola. Abo abaana balooza bagenda kudda, abaana bato nno ogenda babba ate babakuba obutayima ate muyombe naye nga bambi because Uganda has the youngest population. So if we don't create for them jobs, arts creates a lot of jobs for these people. You understand?
Muzeeyi yagamba mbulizo lwaki tagenda kugulawo mabaala mbutabeesiga batamiivu nti ne bwana abagamba ba social distancing ndi mu church omuntu agenza okusaba n'amugamba mumanyi muno mwe distance ya 6 meters sijukira distance namba yayo nenti muno mwe distance mu church omuntu ali more likely complying than omutamiivu. Kati gun industry gwe boboji tunulamu wenengeri jo sobola okutagetinga abantu abali likely complying n'ogamba nti omanyi tetugenda kukiriza kunywa ku concert.
Ansengeza gamba byonna biri unparalleled because tekibaddeewo. Tetukirabangako kacyanga tuzalibwamu n'ekkanisa baziggala. You understand? Naye kati kigenda kubawo ekityo paka ddi. Because tekiriko kkomo. Juzi nali ne Steve Jean nga alina ekivulu kyategekaawo mu Serena. Ngali awo akyenyumiriza namu. These musicians, they don't know that they are not going to, this situation is not changing anytime soon. But he has a point. The point is, give us a leap of hope. Munno kale, kino kale kiganye, naye kale royalties zijja. Santana toyimbidde mwaka, naye at least nfunayo ka taxes n'enkuwa gwenga government. Ekyo tokikola. Ne waka gwenkoze tosobola mu protectingira. Kati ate n'okukola sikusabye sente. Because even government can create. Let me give you an example. The government of Nigeria last year, allocated 6 theaters for Lagos alone. Lagos theaters. Nga olaba National Theatre yaffe mbe tulineemu. Tulina zi Bat Valley ziri out of date. Tosobola nateeka stage production ne eya Beyonce buli omu n'akingira okitegeera. They are not even up to date ze tulina. Naye kati a full government can say one full city is having 6 theaters. Ffe tulina emu ate naye tetusuubira gyongerako saawa yonna. So basically,
Nigerian government
bolongoto mungi basically.
Ya investing even directly mu music. Nekate ekirala.
Ne kati ffe bazifuna baziwa abantu basatu bebekulu kusaasira ani wakati just get that money, put it in an art structure.
So that's
put it in an art structure. Kola auditoriums abantu eba performing ira. Abana be nabisusa bagenda kuba n'omuzanyo bagulete nga naffe kenyi nsobologera tugulaba. Okitegeera. Naku zino stage setup oziraba. Show etandika nga emiriro givuga eri giraga eri kati ogenda tandika show emiriro ku Bat Valley Theatre ogenda kwokya hall. You understand? Nebiriwo nabyo tebikola. They are not up to date with what is rising. That's why tubagamba get the young people be balina obwongo obubikola. Nate n'abato abalina obwongo obubikola temwagala bawa mwagala kusigaza abo babale Francis abaddewo myaka 8 be bali awo. My brother atachimanyi nti bamulesa alowooza bakyamulinze ffe baatuleka dda.
Ekirala gundi ekizibu awonze when blaming omuntu gwensinga blaming ye government structure, governance structure ya music kyaliwo waikibenda yabadde president wa association magita batya Uganda Music Association oba nenga waikibenda I think recently akavaako naye nga nze bwendaba that association katinga twadogambe kyo access to credit. This is extremely important. Dala bobango litunula mu music as the perspective of business, right? Abantu abalabona even schools they've started making deals with banks for lower rate loans. Kubanga, the business part has been totally affected by this COVID thing. And the schools are going to close, obviously, most of them. But some of them, the only way they can stay is to get loans. But the bank may not be able to trust nti Santana yenga ye ajja kukola ki ayinza okutuwa sente
n'ekyo kivaawa
ngamba let me just kitegeera kyogamba nti bw'oba okoze company kati nga bw'ogambye saawa eno olina 100 acres, right? Ye company yo nti the company can obviously legally but nye goli lawyer goli bad example ofunye omulenzi naina kuba omuziki gwe tumumanyi naye nga taina structure yo taina legal structure eso ogenda okukola ki okuaccess nga bank okunyanga agenze ngo omuntu n'ateeka ettaka lya taata we
anchengeza okugamba kiriwo ekiti omuyimbi ye kennyini yandibadde security ekimala osobola okungamba mu Wizkid asobola okugenda mu banki ya Nigeria yonna n'emuma ssente oba Lucky Dube yali asobola okugenda mu banki ya South Africa n'emuma ssente gwe structure gwe ID, you understand? Navio should be able to go to Absa Bank n'asaba loan ya milioni 10 ng'asinzeeyo albamu ze 2 ne bamuwa ssente n'akola ebirala n'itekisoboka. Nenaga kitandikira ku ministry. We don't have a ministry. We don't have someone accountable for that.
Ate mumwe oyo association
ya katolaba tosobola kunenya mama afumbye ennyama ya kitundu nga naye ku bucha batemeza ya kitundu. Okitegeera kati mama yafumba kyalina si kye batemeze eri kati fojja tunenya wano mu structures zaffe abayimbi bo tebasobola kwefuga. Twetagamu brainy people like us actually to go there and try to make things work. But the reality is, kaportion ke tutandikirako okubagainingirako already kali affected.
Okay, I want to get a balloon. Yeah, Kati, let us switch a little bit. Let us switch a little bit to probably what would be our second last topic. The art itself. The style of Baraka. It's Maika Dinakus no Bundi, art yenini agenda blending. Bowulira mungi hip hop art style ya art ya music rather olaba bwenali kusomero bwenancha kusomero the genres are precisely defined ngagai bwaba kuba hip hop abali clear gai bwaba kuba dancehall ali clear rago barege nga gundi zili precise ne katsa weno mungi akola something omuntu omukale bwaba ude music wono wa mungi walo similarities na ya ate mungi somehow alinga hip hop musician olinga simanyi gochi ochaba like the how do you define your genre in music right now?
Kachejoko jafuna interview ya Munji yo mubuze byayimba kati ze Santana emirandira jange omanyi omuti gubako branches kubako leaves kubako ne roots my emirandira jange jiri hip hop spoken word poetry.
I see.
Okitegeera kati mwe okubagondezaamu because right now that's my mirandira ne I have to be nino okuba versatile okubagondezaamu because Ugandans omanyi buli kintu buli mulimu gogenda okukola soka kola mu kasave. Ugandans as a people love to dance.
True.
Togenda kibajjako.
True.
So how can you make your craft somewhat relate to their craft? Me, these days it's a hip hop artist and this storyteller because I tell stories in my songs. Every song has a different story. Whether you listen to it, not together, or not after 5 years, not together, just know every project I sit down to do has its story. Me, I'm a storyteller. So kati ebigambo binyamba buyambi bagamba omuntu wafuka. If you master your craft, you can do whatever you want. Aseno tuina akana katoka bakaita Bukayo Saka. Ne season eno kasambye left back, kasambye left wing, kasamba musanvu, kasamba ani. Once you master your craft, you can do whatever you want. So kat Santana tali koyo category job generalizing amuno hip hop artist, dancer artist. Santana is a storyteller. Period.
I see.
So sometimes I use hip hop beats. Sometimes I use, but at the end of the day, if you listen and pay attention to the music,
you get Santana.
I
see. Yeah, I understand. And does this speak to the national sort of music vibe? I feel like it's not just you. It's many other people. Ngojeko popular, kale ngojeko strict or your pop katowaba Shiba simanyi nja kumubuza kaine mu interview nenga ngojeko oyo musically straight popular nga direct pop music enena ali artistic ali na ali thematic katena kuzinga tachali clear gun tachina clear line eyo ye line buli musician joloza jali otwala oba
no music choino manyanga music ngebintu evolving everything evolves, even music evolves. Chivula watuina abayimbi nga kuba nga buli omwa manya kuba nenga taina sente wanga teri amuwa sente waka, because at the end of the day you do good music, but for who?
Okay.
Who do you do music for a fan. Nze waliwo nyimba zentanga tezinyumira nenga mwe zibanyumira kate waliwo zentanga tezinyumira ngate mutemuzitegeera. You understand? So at the end of the day you have to also know which fan base you're singing to. Now I wouldn't categorize it muno our culture is bent like that. No, everyone just everything evolves. No mupira dabali basamba 442 naye kati 532 511 everything evolves ibintu bichuka. So togenda sanga ba beats ziriwe ziti beza za rastarob bisamusa oli wakabirwa kubanga okasuka nnyo. You have to understand your industry. You have to understand who you're singing to. You have to understand that African people by nature love to vibe, love to dance. That's why bajja kuzina Jemmy Aladene walikola kyajja kubazinyisaamu abazeeyo. Kati Santana njja kubabuulirira mu nnyimba ezimu awalamba teke mu disco muzinemu, awalamba sirwazeemu, awalamba teke eri wenjawala we mweno bassa.
Inspiration evawayo yegini.
Evambulamu.
Okay.
Life.
So specifically kale njagala waliwo nyimba zoyimba tugambe kati nga this song where you said Northern Bypass eruddewo. Exact. So where does this come from? Oita ku Northern Bypass ne kunyizo obera mu studio yawo nogamba kano kajja kujamu. What is the process kind of inspiration nyeni erieti anti do you also do multiple retakes nti ogenda n'okubol yimba noja n'oluliza n'ogamba omanyi lwaki songera mukano oba is it just at one time otula mu studio n'okola ki
vibe y'oluyimba gyensanza awo gyenyimba. And why I tell you that music wange wa Santana ali rotating around life and art simba kintu kiri abstract. Wengamba byagezesa ne interview alere bade yagezesa okitegeera wengamba oyogera obi waliwo lere yakedde n'ayogera obi wengamba siri jjajjaawo era siri jjajjaawo wengamba tebalina romance era n'emyaka 2 era ojasanga batalina romance wengamba muno basically you understand it's life. Kati wengamba bypass eruddewo mbanga akyanowenga message to someone true. Listen, enjoy, but listen. Know that we are paying attention because we are all accountable to these people. Bana basajja tubawo musolo. As long as you're a taxi payer or you know kubanja sente zo zikola ki. So kanze wanyimba bypassing eruddo omuntu asobola okugagawalira ku bypass bameka abagigagawaliddeko. Contract yani bade ya 5 months netambula 5 years. Gwetola abinya mu Kampala ne bajja ne baddamu ne balongoosa nenga basobola kikola lumu ne kivaawo. You understand? So
right to tell approach nga tugambe Bobi Wine no genda to activist oba ekyo just bola batekikolera.
But I am.
Okay.
The music one singo mulira. And this socially conscious person.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I've sung about a misolo nga jakajja. I sang about oyogera bubi nga njogera kuba ne president namuteeka mu oyogera bubi. Ku album yange empya ninako oluyimba baluyita Mr. President nga era lukwatagana ku bibuzo omuvubuka beyandibuuziza president. Nina oluyimba baluyita Morning Star ku album eyo Did It For Africa. Morning Star lubuulira baana bato. Because I sang it for my daughter, but I sang it for anyone with a child. Because the advice is the same. Togenda mu peer pressure, guliriza kino, be God fearing. It's the same gimmick, you understand? So, chechimu, it rotates around that.
Yeah, so the other thing also is what? The image of the artist. Katinga, gwe tugambe ba artist abala bona. Impression abantu abasinga gye bafuna. Nti muli unrowdy, muli wild, muli unruly bichi muli musiba mbibala ya nti kati omuntu bwebanga no impression. It's the same thing ne Bobi kyalina nti Bobi mumanyi musajja wa geta asiba ku muti nti at what point rather bwe mpulidde omuziki gwo nga gukola sense, do you expect me to take you seriously oba is just eyo gundi contradiction eri part of the vibe?
Anche njagala omanye contradiction is part of the vibe, but at the end of the day it's entertainment.
I see.
We are entertainers. Chokola ne Bobi Wine Bobi Wine waimba tugambire ku Jennifer, tugambire ku ani, takugamba muno mwali mugamba kale musada kati tawadi tagenda bafuga cheneza ogamba it's entertainment, yeah, chita edutainment, but at the end of the day it's still entertainment, so it has to still make someone laugh or dance or joke, or it doesn't take away anything from me. Ekikulu mu abalala mwakikwata obimbo abayimbi tebakola kino bakola kati nzo nsanze mu bbala. Chengeza ogamba it's stereotypical. Ate nekyali wedda abayimbi abenako ezo tebasoma. Nenze mugana ogenda kunteka ku interview nga bayaya aba interviewing nga batono nnyo abasobola okumbuza ebisobobuzo ebisobola okunzija ku mulamwa because twasoma ate sinze nzekka. So chengeza ogamba ebintu bikyuka, ebyombo abayimbi tebasoma kati basoma, abayimbi tebabeera mu parliament kati gye bali, abayimbi kati uno yakava mu bwa president abesimbyewo. Basically abantu bakyuka, ebintu bikyuka. Nze walonda beko mwene baskafo ozasobola kuba kikonde, nze walonda beko nga ndi awo munwana na muyimbi ono, kiva ne kwa bringing yo gwe ng'omuntu bakuza batya. Kuza abantu abamu bayingira music nga biri ebirala biganye nagyeno ayawaye kamba ati seno nkubeyo kitune ne kitambula nefe twakiyingira lwa passion and love. That's why normally mutuguwe ekitiibwa kizibu nnyo okunsanga mu mbadde mu kino na kino. That's why ne companies zisobola okunkozesa. Nolaba Star Times gempadde deal wangula obukadde, nolaba Airtel wano we bali baleeta pop nakola yoyota namugongo. Omanyi Catholic Church kyeyitamu okuvetinga okuwa omulimu gw'okuwaniriza pop mu Uganda. So basically kulaga mu mpisa naffe tuli bantu nga mmwe lwakuba ffe mutulaba nnyo oba mutusaako nnyo essira. We also era tukole ensobi omuyimbi asobola ogenda n'akola kino na kino na kino naye tekitujjaako mbu ffe tetutegeera tulyawo ebyo byavaawo muganda wange n'omuto akuba engoma n'ozina ate kati fe abazikuba ate tusakata.
Ate relationships mu music, right? Bakyali bo tugambe bokola nabo kolabo eyo value evaawa oba n'emikwano gye gy'olina olina oluyimba waikibenda, right? Kale my assumption is again this because of the friendship you have probably over whatever it is the reason you have, you know, what is gundi okola relationships is basically business minded kubanze nababade banga bam nga guy baba mpise mu kibala tunywe naye nga mwagala ko diru ngenda wabanga mpise nga sinakyo mwagaza mfuna excuse. What is that state of relating to other musicians in the industry?
First of all, collaborations is really tricky because first of all we know kubeera ne vibe yoli almost the energy. Nze sobola kuyimba n'omuntu nga sibitegera byayimba. Okitegeera. That's why ne collaborations are si nyingi.
Yeah, kituufu.
But collaborations are meant first of all to expand, first of all to make good music. Kisookera ddala because it's a business ya music. Secondly, to expand on someone's fan base. Nenga abafaani ba Shiba kati bajje bawulire ku Santana. Ne bafaani ba Santana bagende bawulire ku Shiba. Bafaani ba Pato Ranking bajjeko bawulireko abe Uganda, n'abe Uganda bawulireko abaani. So basically it's networking. No bwangu bw'ekintu. Naye ate nga wenagambye mbu it's business, waliyo abajja okusaba okukola nabo oluyimba naye nga otolaba business structure plan yaabwe. I'm doing a song with you, then what?
I see.
Okitegeera. Yesterday I was in studio with Dimitri and Scarecrow. They are a group from Zimbabwe. Bakuba hip hop. But tabu. Naye okola tune n'omuntu ng'olaba structure gyeraga. Olaba okay, tukola kino, we're shooting the video next week. I'm sharing it in all my TVs in Zimbabwe. I'm also sharing it with all my connects this side. That is the essence of a collab, to grow as an artist. Wakati Santana gomula wa akabi wano, naye kati wale nyimba zenkoze kati nga the song I did with Harmonize. Waliyo kati aba Harmonize awatawuliranga nako Santana. nenga batandikidde awo. You understand? So basically that's the thing with collaborations. Zeyina nawo kubanga naye namu ku mulamwa. Never fun oluusi obabuuza. Sometimes just go on your page and like, who do you want me to collaborate with? They will tell you. With Cindy, with this one. So basically bafan nabo at the end of the day they are the final consumer of the product you're doing.
And also let's talk about the nature of how social media impacts first distribution ekisoka ne nature how you relate to your fans kubakati before twalinga Santana tumulaba ku TV nga nze bobonyiziza obusungu bwange baba oyogende ekintu ekinyiza bovuma gayo mulago enjagala obusungu bwange mbumira ne kati saawe eno bonyiza nkulumba mugundi muki ku Facebook page yawo nenkuwa nange nensoka nenkuwa doing ane nenkuwa your relationship ekyusetya between you and your fans.
Social media brought fans closer to artists. It also brought it made advertising of a product easier. Abamwe bayambye nnyo if you can use, because most of these numbers katiwola bambole ataddeyo post na 4,000 views oluusi teziba authentic, oluusi bagula ngule naye ate kiri perception because it's show business. Oli walaba 1,000 views agenda clickingako okusuuka ya 12 views. So social media is a marketing tool. Social media is a reach out point. It bridges the gap between the artists and so no kututukirira, no kubukinga omuyimbi. Those days it was a myth. Chameleon namuja. Neka tujagendo tekemo business omuntu agirabe ako. So it's a good thing. But every good thing also has a bad thing. Kati piracy yeyongera ate kayimba bakagaba bugabyawo.
Basically kuba abantu abalache basinga okukola kyokogerako ku social media is eyo mental impact yerina ku bantu abali famous nti kuba kati ngagwe tugamba okoze ensobi okale simanyi kati oba just an example mutwe gwange clear nenga tugambe wabadde omuyimbi bamukuto bamukibala ne chick ekyo ne bamuvuma ne oba kati nga actually yali radio yalina wakavuyo like family issues that are usually supposed to be private, right? But then because now that can move on social media, the video can move very fast on WhatsApp impactinga obulamu bwo privacy yo gwenga gwe no kuba nti you can't distance yourself from your mistakes bwaba wonga social media likutunuza kama so bweti
neera kidda ku muntu golwaki obikola okitegeera why do you give them reason to write about it? Kiva ku muntu naye ate still just that social media checks escalatinga ate kiwana abantu beetu okujja okwearing out their views naye at the end of the day oba tosobola kiyungu tofumba. By the time you enter music manya bagenda okuvuma bagenda beerawo abatakwagala for no reason bagenda beerawo abatanyumirwangako byoyimba bagenda beerawo. You have to expect and anticipate all these kinds of things. So kati goba n'omutima omuyabayaba nga buli agenda okuvuma ogenda nyiga omuvume naawe ojja kwemenyera bwereere. Sometimes I give people the best advice, don't read the comments. Weteekayo boogere kwikola ekirala. Baleka nga bali mu movie yaabwe beddamu ne beerwanisa ne babeerawo n'obakuba tune endala ne bazuuka nga guy wakabi ono ne baddayo ne bakuvuma. Sometimes it's psychological. I can play with my fans all year long, but I don't. But I could. But I don't.
I see. So the other thing also is innovation around the art itself, right? Okuba muziki, traditional way again am studio, ochikube, then produce ochise moyo distribution channel. Neka social media weri, nalaba ko actually epas, so you get the epas. Epas nga again anateka video obusesa. Kugundi ne wanga tena cha marketing just najja asigale mu conscious ya nti muri kuloza ku epas kuba yatade wako bwalwa gundi kali yakubawe sepiti ne jibu obuntu ntwe butyo content bwatyo goli kumulabo otyo.
It is showbiz. At the end of the day it is show business. Show what are you showing? Chobula Chameleon aita ina luyimba nga kuba bebe chikonde bebe wabata ina luyimba nga asiga ekirevu. It is show business. They have to be in your face. That is it. It's part of marketing. That's why music bagamba there is nothing like bad publicity. Ojja kulaba nudziza sindi leero ekyo sasula ogenda erugogo. Okitegeera. There is nothing like bad publicity. Ono desire magamba yabalaga ekitone n'abakuba mutune n'alambula eggwanga lyonna ku kitone kye. So it's about how you spin the story to your narrative.
I see.
Because eventualities zigenda kubaamu, the ups and downs, you cannot avoid them.
I see. Kati twogere ku the other ways you make money because you're a musician, right? It's part of the like technically skill jolina to you have the voice. Obane dobozi nti it's not something anyone has. Obochitegera that is special to you. Nayenga that voice beyond singing osobola okukola obulango waliyo audio books. How much of this do you consolidate?
I've done a lot. I've done adverts. I've done enough adverts. I've done this. Right now, I'm actually using my voice for that. And I don't think it even has to only end with music. I was listening, I was reading nalinda about documentary ya PDD. PDD nagamba waliyo omusajja yakyusa face ya hip hop ewaabwe. Bali bamuyita Russell Simmons. Bo bali bamanyi okuyimba obeera wakabi. Russell Simmons n'abagamba nze siyimba naye ngenda kukola fubu muzigule. Ngenda kula jampa muzigule. Kati badidi kwe kuzuka ne batandika okukola zishoni Johnny zani nga balaba you can use your name because music only gives you pushes you ekwedala uli wetaaga to do what you want. People like Dr. Hildeman, if he hadn't been a musician, it would probably have taken him longer time and a lot more time to be MP. Whatever Bobi Wine where Zimbabwe chat don't do. Because you're already in people's faces. So use your platform to either better other people or okole kyoyagala, because at the end of the day katonda buli omu amuwe sowaani okukola ekintu naye kati abamu bagikozesa nga bwe baagala abamu bagikozesa nga bwe baagala naye music should just be an elevation stone. Kyobola abantu nga ba Bob Marley abakozesanga amaloboozi baabwe okwogera ku slavery, okwogera ku racism, abayimbazi one love zani, their music is still here. Bafa da abaana baabwe balya ku legacy yaabwe. You just say you're a Malay and it's totally different news because of a man who sang simple things. Bantu nga bafela kuti Muzo radio tomulaye ku kisenge kyange. You understand? Music is that impactful in people's lives. So wojibeera n'eryo jinja eryo, just use it. Ate butongerako nzikiza, just make it more lively. Yeah, because it's not an ordinary day gift to have.
To conclude, are there people who you look up to? Wenga Santana Nogamba, these people, they are my role models.
Baraka Obama.
I see.
I like brainy people.
Okay.
I like brainy people. I like people who work hard. People like 50 Cent. 50 Cent was shot 9 times. He could have had any excuse. This man went on to do music and did not only stop at music. He's now selling water. He sold the water company. He's a hustler. Right now in a movie company. I'm looking forward to watching his series, Bajita for Life. I've been waiting for season 2. Nenga, this is a product of 50 Cent. If you work hard, you inspire me. You motivate me. If you look beyond you yourself and represent a full generation of people like Bobi Wine, you inspire me. You motivate me. When you sing from the bottom of your heart, ngatoli plastic, banaba I have a chopper in my car. Ebyo bichebyo. Nga gwe buli lulimba logo wakabi yenza singa yenza ni yenzo wakabi yimba ko kubirala ebi impacting akubalala. Kati aonze obo inspiring. So the inspiration here, it ever just mu music, ever ku anyone, no ever just musisi wa chapati nenga ina ebintu byakola ebyakabi. Kitegera. Yeah man.
Kati ate legacy. Kicho yagala, kicho inzo, where are you seeing when you do this? You'll feel like, as Santana, I've made it now.
First of all, legacy, I want to be the entertainer that made you laugh, put a smile on your face, took your worries away. That is one. Secondly, I want to be the entertainer that made poetry a culture in Uganda.
I see.
I want to be an entertainer that changed the face of pop culture in Uganda by starting small movements like Koikoi, like festivals, hip-hop festivals, like things that can empower people. Abakozesa not only mwebe musomesa mu bibiina naye abantu abalina obwongo, abantu abakozesa emikono gyabwe nga olaba Uncle Luchi okusiga ebifaananyi ne baganda be, abantu abakozesa ingenuity basically. Njagala tubeere nga I can try to spark someone else's career. Like if I can spark the next big painter, next Picasso painter, that's dope. If I can spark the next poet in the country, that's dope. If I can have 4 more Santanas, that's even better. So the legacy does not stop with me. It just starts with me. Kati mweje movie twala is inshallah.
I see. Yeah, webale Santana, thank you very much.
Thank you for
doing this interview with us.
Big conversations, ordinary people.
Yeah, thanks.
Though some of us are not so ordinary. Yeah.
Thanks.